Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Tip Tuesday. Jeffrey Nance here with you. And as we get closer and closer to Christmas, guys, 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. So if that is news to you, you might want to get on that real quick because, yes, it is 12/13. We're 12 days away from Christmas, unless some of you guys celebrate earlier. So even less time for those of you that do that. So today's topic, I think, is a really important one, but probably not a fan favorite. Um, if you enjoy doing something, you rarely want to take a break from doing it. And yet there are plenty of times and some, obvious reasons why that might be a good idea. And so we're actually going to talk about some of those today. Why is it good to take breaks? First off, let's go back and look at it from a biblical perspective. We need to realize that God created us and he created our bodies for rest. And, even on the seventh day, God rested from the work that he had done. So when we think about that, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. So that is a day that we're supposed to set apart from work, but also for reflection. So when people think about taking some time off, they often look at it and say, well, I'm just not being productive. I would argue that from a biblical perspective, taking time off is often quite productive when it allows us to really ponder, to do some thinking, and then to do reflection. So on our relationship with God, but also just in how we're doing things, to take some time away and just to think. It's not really something that enough of us do often enough. I would say, that it's something that we have to almost build into our day as intentional times of rest and just sitting there, without an agenda, without things going on in the background, without social media happening, without feeling the need to scroll through and look at some new posts, just to sit there and listen and see what the Lord has for us. I think it's very important. And again, the reason that's so important is because God created us with that need. That's an actual, I think, correct usage of the word need, a need for rest. In fact, our bodies are requiring rest in order to do well. So you say, but Jeffrey, I like trading. Why would I want to take a break? Well, for longevity's sake, guys. Listen, you can work for a while, but if you continue to work and work and work and work and work and you never really take a break, then eventually you will get burnt out. And we don't want you to get to a point where you are now burnt out. Like you can't keep working because you're just physically like too tired or too emotionally invested or just not physically able to really trade the way that you should, and from the right health perspective. So taking a break is a really positive thing. The other reason I would say that we need to take breaks is sometimes we just go through different seasons of trading, and sometimes you just get to a season where your results are not really what you would like for them to be. And as much as you may like trading, and as much as you might like, times when you've been making money and it's been fun and all that stuff, there probably will come a season when things just seem harder. It's just a little bit more difficult. The results aren't really there. And I would say that that is also a good time to take a break. So sometimes people do the opposite. Things aren't going well. So then they just kind of dig in and they go full speed ahead. Guys, to me, that's a little bit like trying to say, we're starting out in like Kansas, and we're gonna go up to Canada. So we're headed north, and then we hit a border, and they say, "Hola, cómo estás?" And you go, wow, I must have been going the wrong direction. Well, the reality is you weren't going the wrong direction when you hit the border. You were actually going the wrong direction the entire time. Now, you could go faster, but you're still going the wrong direction. And so I really do believe that there are times when we need to kind of assess and be honest about our trading and the results that we're having, and to maybe say, you know what, I need a little break right now, a little time to refresh. And while we're on this topic, A lot of people that go through times when they struggle in their trading often think that the answer is to get more complex. Well, let me go learn some different stuff. Let me go learn a bunch of stuff and see what I can find on the internet or whatever. And guys, listen, I would say the answer is actually the exact opposite of that. That it's not to go find more complex stuff to do. It's actually to find simpler things and to start doing them correctly again. So if you feel like, you know what, I just don't really like the results I'm having, it may be a good time to step away. And then I'll tell you that sometimes it's good to step away because you've had success. Now, that sounds very contradictory. You should step away and take a break because you're not doing well. And now you're saying, Jeffrey, I should step away when I am doing well. Why is that? Well, sometimes when we're doing really well, we have a tendency to think, well, I'm just going to continue to have these results at this pace, and I'm just going to keep doing it. And so let's just say you have a monthly goal. You've met that monthly goal. You've exceeded that monthly goal, and then you keep trading. I hear this a lot, that people say, you know what, I was trading, I was doing really well, I met my goal, and then I thought I will just, I'll just keep doing that well. And then they end up at the end of that month and they didn't meet their goal. They ended up losing money on those trades. Why? Because we have a tendency to get a little overconfident, to kind of get away from what got us there, if you will. And we start to kind of just do a few different things, a few, riskier things. And all of a sudden we find ourselves going, how did this happen? How did I end up losing money on that trade? And then we kind of start that snowball effect. There's a professional trader who has a monthly goal, and now he makes, lots of money. But once he meets his monthly goal, he immediately goes on vacation. Now, think about this, guys. Imagine being a full-time trader, and you can trade from anywhere in the world you want to, anytime you want to. I just need internet access. But the ability to say, I met my monthly goal. It took me 2 weeks to meet my monthly goal. I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. I'm not going to look at the market. I'm not going to wonder about what I'm missing, because I'm always missing trading opportunities. There's always stuff out there. It is a reward for a job well done. It's a time for me to spend time with my wife. It's a time for me to go and just enjoy the fruit of my labor. Guys, listen, when you are on a team, you are fighting for a prize, right? So if it's a football team, you're going for the Super Bowl. But those guys, they're going for the prize. But once you get the prize, you ought to enjoy the prize. There's no real sense in saying, we won, now forget about it, let's move on. No, there ought to be a time when you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So, guys, I would strongly encourage you to really consider that. Once you've reached your goal, can you step aside, or do you look at it and go, man, I can't step aside now, I'm on a roll, because now we're kind of treating it like, like we're in Vegas or something like that, and we're rolling the dice and we're just hitting it, and we're like, I can't step away now, I'm on a roll. Well, is that really what we're doing with our trading? Is that we're just kind of like, it's all about flow, it's all about feel, or is there's a lot more systematic to our trading, where we can do similar things, and then we can do them at different times, but it's not like we're just out there just gambling. We don't have to feel like we're on a roll. We can just be like, hey, I am having good results right now, but you know what? I'm going to thank the Lord for the results that I've had, and I'm going to go enjoy the fruits of my labor, and then I'll come back. And that does two things for you. One is it allows you to focus on the Lord. Two, it allows you to focus on your spouse or your family. And three, it allows you to really be refreshed. You're not going to burn out if you're regularly taking breaks. And plus, it's self-motivation. I mean, think about it. If you knew that once I reach my goal, I get to go on vacation, that's a strong motivator, but it's a healthy motivator too, because now you know that I'm going to get to go do something I like, and it's going to be fun, and it's a reward. I mean, it really is a win-win. So now I stay refreshed. I come back the next month, and I'm like, all right, how long is it going to take me to reach my goal? But I'm going to make good plans because I want to reach my goal. And if I don't reach my goal, then I don't get to go on vacation that month. And that's okay, because now we just got to work again the next month. But the motivation is constantly there. I'm not going to get burnt out because I'm regularly taking breaks. I'm rewarding myself for what I'm doing. But if I'm not doing well, or if I am doing well, it's important to take breaks. And I think it's good. It's for our longevity, because really we ought to be doing this for the long haul. We ought to be doing this for decades, right? And then maybe even passing this down to our kids. but we don't need to be, stressed out about it all the time. That's not healthy. It's not good for our bodies. So getting time away, resting, fulfilling what God has, created us to do, which is to rest, all right, is actually a healthy thing. So whether you're doing really well, whether you're not doing well, it's important to take breaks. So don't be ashamed of taking breaks. Don't feel like, man, I'm really missing out on opportunities. You're always missing opportunities, even when you're actively trading. So feel free to walk away. Feel free to, leave your computer at home, go on vacation, go enjoy that time together, get refreshed, rejoice, praise the Lord for what he's done and giving you this opportunity, and then come back ready to reach your goals, guys. So as we approach this holiday, are there trading opportunities? Absolutely. Can you trade? Sure. Should you? I'll let you decide. All right. I'll let you decide. But here's what I will say. Don't be afraid this holiday season, and don't feel guilty this holiday season or anything to come for taking breaks, because it's actually quite healthy, and it's a good sign that you're in a good place where you can walk away and then come back with a good attitude, a good approach, and then continue to do this for a long time. So that's our tip for today, guys. Take breaks. Take breaks. Taking breaks is good. Taking breaks when we're doing well is good. Taking breaks when we're not doing well is good. So we can come back, get refocused, refreshed. And both of those things are good. But take breaks, take necessary breaks, and so that you can come back and enjoy what you're doing even more. Thanks for being with us for another Tip Tuesday. Appreciate you guys joining us, and we will see you next time.